Homes up to their roofs with water, rescuers using canoes to get people to safety as rivers rage with roads ripped out.
My good friend and business associate owns a house in Boulder, Colorado. On September 3rd, she left on a 2-month trip of a lifetime overseas, and I was charged with running the business. 9 days later, the worst flooding in 500 years happened in Boulder, Colorado, and I had the good luck of being the emergency contact for the lady staying at her house while she was away. Their neighborhood was hit particularly hard. The entire basement and up into another foot of the garden level of the home became flooded with over 10 feet of water. As my friend was allowing someone to stay in her home, she had locked everything of personal, sentimental, and monetary value in her basement, which was flooded to the ceiling and beyond. To say it was a devastating loss would be an understatement. Wedding pictures, their parents' urns, her husband's musical equipment, all of our business computers, servers, and files, unsalvageable, a complete loss. When the roads finally opened a few days later and I was able to get into Boulder to assess the damage, I was completely overwhelmed and had no idea of where to even begin. I met Patrick Castillo a few hours after arriving at the house. In a short period of time, he had my complete confidence in his team's ability to manage this disaster. From the moment he appeared on the scene until the day he left, I always knew he was in complete control of the mitigation process. We were one of the last houses on the street, and although I'm sure his team must have been sleep-deprived and completely physically worn down, it never showed. During this whole period of time, Patrick answered the phone every time I called, or returned my call or text within a few hours. He managed to balance compassion at the situation I was in, being the representative of the owner, my friend, with a directness that was authentic and open. He never overpromised. He was upfront about the process and what to expect, and delivered on every account, and then some. He and all of the members of his team went above and beyond to help me and the homeowners. One day, before they had even started work on this home, one of his team members, Raul, saw that my car battery had died and offered to jumpstart my car. Just a simple example of a kindness I saw exhibited over and over by every member of the team at every opportunity. I can't say enough about Patrick, Brad, Raul, and all of the ServPro team. They were always polite, courteous, and willing to help in every way possible. It was such a great comfort to know that these men were handling the process at this home. They did a fantastic job of doing what they were paid to do, but in addition to that, they managed to find a way to bring a little bit of hope and pleasantry into every day they were on the site. They always smiled. They always said hello. They always asked how I was doing. Just the little things that made an immeasurable difference in my day, every day. The Colorado flood of 9/12/13 will forever stand out in my memory as one of the worst experiences in my life. And to be sure, we are still dealing with the loss and rebuilding process. But to have met this team of mitigation angels in the midst of such a disaster was nothing short of a blessing. From the bottom of my heart, I am so very thankful I had the opportunity to meet Patrick and his team. I've sure heard some horror stories from others about their experiences with different mitigation companies, and am so thankful that I don't count myself among them. It takes a few men with the right knowledge and tools to do the job of mitigation. It takes a few great men to handle a mitigation job in the midst of such a community disaster with the compassion and professionality that they exhibited. Patrick and his team weren't just excellent at their job, they were also excellent human beings, and that part can't be trained. It is or it isn't, and boy, they sure are. I'm honored to have worked with them and would be happy to reference for any future customers. If you could give out an award to Best Mitigation Specialist with the biggest heart, it should have Patrick Castillo's name on it. Should I ever again be in the need of the services ServPro provides, Patrick would be the first person I would call. I was so happy with the job performed, I felt it necessary to send in this email in addition to completing the certificate of satisfaction. You don't put enough lines on that little form to properly address the level of compliment I wanted to put forth for Patrick and his team. Thank you, thank you, thank you.